Well, hello. Thanks for joining me for another installment of the Sunday Video Update. My name is Jared Fuller, and today is Sunday, April 26th, 2020. Welcome aboard. So glad you could join me for another installment, another video of the Sunday Video Update. Amy's in the bedroom. Dad, I think, is just now starting to wake up a little bit. I didn't make a fresh pot of coffee before I hit the record button. Uh-oh. Maybe I should have done that before I started to record with this video. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you once again survived another week of COVID-19 sequestering, and it's getting to all of us. I know it's starting to get to me a little bit. For like 3 days straight, I was in a bit of a funk, and I'm starting to gradually come out of it again. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that, even in quarantine, we're all being forced to stay home. And I still don't hear from any of my friends. It gets lonely. I would like for someone out there to acknowledge me, but I don't hear from anybody. And, that kind of hurts a little bit, having all these friends and I don't hear from any of them. They don't acknowledge. They don't send me a text, say, hey, Jared, how you doing? They don't message me. They don't do any of that stuff. So yeah, it kind of bothered me. I'm out here. I go for walks, because I think we're allowed to go for walks. I do it anyway, regardless of what the governor has to say. But we are doing okay overall for the most part. I've just been having a hard time dealing with the fact that, even when we're all being forced to stay home and I still don't hear from my friends, that kind of hurts a little bit. Like, you guys have my contact information, you have my cell phone number, you have my email address, you can video chat with me if you want, you can do anything you want to do to stay in contact, but we would have to arrange a day and time so that way I'm not overlapping with other people's video chat times. So, I'm really bummed that nobody really reaches out to me. I have to be the one to reach out to them all the time. And so I'm laying low and just staying quiet. I let those people kind of worry about me a little bit and figure, gee, we haven't heard from Jared in a while. I mean, he doesn't message us anymore. He doesn't text, he doesn't message, he doesn't email. What's up with that? Well, kind of goes both ways, And, oh yeah, I was going to talk about this week, in this week's video. Last week was even more kind of interesting, other than the fact that I'm being ignored by friends. Someone actually threatened violence on me last week because I'm talking to his soon-to-be ex-wife. And the reason that I'm talking to his soon-to-be ex-wife is because he beats her up, uses her as a human punching bag, and she needs somebody to talk to, so she reached out to me. I'm not going to turn her away. I don't care what it is. I'm not turning her away. If she needs somebody to talk to, I'm here for her, and I'm not going to treat her anywhere nearly as bad as the scum that she's married to has treated her. And it got back to her soon-to-be ex-husband, because they're still legally married. And it got back to him that we've been talking, that his wife and I have been talking, and we've been keeping in communication through text messaging and Messenger and all that good stuff. And he doesn't like it because I'm actually showing his wife the attention that he refused to show her, and show her the kind of love and caring and compassion that he also failed to show. If you're not going to show it to her, your wife, she's going to get it elsewhere. Hi. She's going to get it from me. Now, there's nothing sexual going on. We're just talking. We're just keeping in communication. I ask her how she's doing, if she had a good day at work. And, you know, we talk about her work schedule with the COVID-19 situation going on. We talk about any number of things, her kids, her grandkids, her family that we've known for years. And it's just a wonderful, you know, it's a wonderful interaction. There's no sex talk. There's no exchange of nudes or anything like that. It's just conversation. But her now husband, who's going to be divorced soon, I hope, but with the COVID-19, all the courtrooms and everything are closed to the public, so that puts everything on hold or postpone everything to a later date and time. But once she is away from her abusive husband, her piece of shit abusive husband, she will be more comfortable to talk to me. She won't have to fear for her life because I will ensure her safety. I may not look like much at the surface, but if you mess with people I love and care about, there's going to be consequences. So, yeah, we're talking. We're talking. Big deal. She can talk to anybody she wants. It doesn't matter if it's friends. Does not matter if it's a friendship or a relationship or whatever. If you couldn't treat her the way that she should have been treated, she's going to get it from somewhere else, from somebody else. Period. Now, granted, we're not in a relationship. We are friends, as he pointed out. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're talking. She confides in me. She opens her heart to me because she trusts me enough to the point where I'm not going to do anything to her that would be abusive, whether it be physical or verbal. I mean, he threatened to come out to my brother's house, which, stupid mistake. He threatened to come out here, even dumber, bigger mistake. You know, I'll leave a porch light on so you don't trip over your own stupidity. Well, you know, okay, but it wasn't his problem anyway. It wasn't his problem anyway. It's my problem. People don't like it because, oh, you're talking to my wife, and so what, you insecure man-child? Why don't you start treating her like a woman?
That's funny. I talk to a lot of guys' wives, and
yeah,
they don't care.
No.
You know, we're friends.
We talk to our neighbors down the road.
We've been friends.
Jeremy and Kristen, and they're married.
I've known her grandmother since she was old.
Jeremy knows that I speak to Kristen. He knows this. He's aware of that. They live 2 houses down. They have a 14-month-old baby girl together. She'll message me, or I'll message her and say, hey, neighbor, what's up? I'll text him and say, hey, how's it going, neighbor? We're not feuding. We all get along great. They're like the best neighbors I've ever had. And, you know, I can talk to people if I want to talk to them, married or not married. So, you know, Mr. Manchild out there, he probably doesn't watch these videos, but either way, go fuck yourself. I will talk to your wife if I damn well please. In fact, I'll talk to anybody I damn well please. So, there's that. So getting that out of the way, again, I want to touch on this again this week, and I'm seemingly talking about this ad nauseum, and it's it's getting under my skin. I keep getting messages in Messenger about this guy named Milk Tyson. He is a CEO of a nonprofit organization called FAM, Fighting All Monsters. Again, I'm gonna tell you straight, for those of you, before you decide to message me any more screenshots or any more information about Milk Tyson. Granted, okay, I'll publicly go on record as saying I don't like the guy. It has nothing to do with allegations, but there's a couple of reasons why I really don't like the guy. Because, for one, I mean, openly admitting that you get kicked out of a homeless shelter for sexual harassment, That's not someone I would consider as a leader or a role model for kids, first of all. Second of all, using childhood cancer to keep your name relevant and to try to leech publicity and fame by riding on the backs of sick children is beyond pathetic. Now, with the allegations of, oh, he's extorting money and he's a scam artist, a con artist, and all this, that, and the other, and, you know, okay, you're making the claim, you got to show some evidence. You got to show some evidence to substantiate the claim. Don't present it to me. Don't present it to me, please. I'm not an authoritarian figure. If Milk Tyson, a.k.a. Edward Porter, if he is engaged in breaking the law, if he is engaged in doing something that is illegal, one of those we already know about, the sexual harassment, and he openly and gleefully admitted that in a podcast, and I have the sound clip to that, by the way. If you have something on him, don't submit it to me. I'm not the FBI, I'm not the police. Submit it to the proper authorities. Give it to the people who are in charge of handling and investigating cases of criminal investigation or whatever of the kind. Submit it to the proper authorities. I'm not a proper authority. I appreciate that there are people out there who are making me aware of Milk Tyson because he's grandstanding by, he's trying to make himself famous at the expense of children. The parents don't see it. They look right past it because he gave them money, which is, I guess, bribery in some sense. And he got their kids, some of the kids, on the Ellen Show. Now, the parents or whoever, who are jumping with joy about, now we're finally on the map. Now we're finally being seen and heard. No, I'm sorry, but no. No, because let me put it to you this way. I am a childhood cancer survivor, okay? An actual survivor. For the past, I don't know how many years I've been doing these Sunday video updates. I lost count. I lost track. Ad nauseum, I speak about childhood cancer. For any number of years, long before this Milk Tyson guy surfaced, and long before the idea of Ellen had come into the picture, I've been speaking ad nauseum about this for any number of years, whether it be here on YouTube, whether it be on social media, whether it be over the phone through messages or text messages or video chatting. I have spoken. I have made it fully aware that I am a childhood cancer survivor. I have walked that path of razor blades, and I can speak about that pain. Milk Tyson, on the other hand, he stands at the head of that path and speculates about the pain that he has never felt. That's the truth. It's the same for Ronnie Duvall. It's the same for all these other irrelevant people who have no scar tissue in childhood cancer whatsoever. And yes, I mentioned his name again. Who cares? The truth is the truth. You don't get to talk about things in such a profound way as if you know what you're talking about, so much to the point where you try to make it sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm the actual fucking survivor. It doesn't work that way. You don't get to use sick kids to stay relevant because Milk Tyson, who calls himself a recording artist, and by the way, he, talking about how he was, kicked out of a homeless shelter for sexual harassment. Well, guess what? If you're a so-called recording artist and making music, why on earth would you be in a homeless shelter? Supposedly you're making all this money. You should be traveling the world. You should be making albums. You should be going on world tours. You should be doing all kinds of stuff. You should be the Eminem or the Kid Rock of your particular trade, I guess. But you're not. You failed as a recording artist. And I kind of believe it, because when people say, well, he has pictures taken with celebrities and tries to prop up this idea that he's so tight with these celebrities. No. What happened is, just like in the video where Snoop Dogg is asking Diddy to dance with the kids, that was paid for. Do you understand? Do you realize that I could send money? There's a website where you can actually send money to have a celebrity do a privatized video. They can do video shout-outs if you send them money. Do you realize anybody can do that? That's available to anyone in the world? I could do that. In fact, I have met celebrities. I have met lots of famous people. But I'm not going to go on record as pretending that I'm so tight with them that, oh yeah, well that's my home dog or that's my homeboy. Bullshit. Bullshit. You know, Mike Tyson, he used to be really tight with Justin Bieber. Really tight. Or so he says. Well, why don't we hear about Justin Bieber anymore? In fact, all these people that you claim to be so tight with, why aren't they endorsing FAM? It's a nonprofit organization, right? Why aren't they endorsing it? I pointed this out months ago. Why aren't they endorsing your nonprofit organization? In fact, why aren't they saying a good name about you? Why aren't they putting in a good word about you, Milk? Milk. Hideous fucking name, by the way. As a parody to Iron Mike Tyson, which you will never be Mike Tyson. It's just, there's a lot of holes in the story. I mean, even, and I'll go on as adding an extra element, the same podcast where he openly admitted to sexually harassing someone at a homeless shelter, he also went in, further in detail, by saying that there were girls sending him nudes, and if they fuck up, he makes those girls buy those pictures back from him. He said it. Now, is that not extortion? Yeah, I'm in one of those moods today because I'm sick of trashy people being exalted as if they are the greatest thing that ever happened in the world. People who have no idea what they're talking about. People who cannot speak directly of a situation that they have never had to live through, and the people who have are holding this guy up on a pedestal because he's got money. That's why you're all flocking to him. And if you are a Mike Tyson, aka FAM supporter, this is for you. And I understand many of my friends are also FAM supporters, so I'm not going to get too mean or hostile about it, but it is absolute bullshit. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about your kids. He failed at everything else in his life, and now he has found a new opportunity, and now he's trying to make himself stay relevant and stay famous by using your kids. And it is absolutely fucking despicable.
He wants your money.
And he treats his nonprofit organization like a lottery, which, oh, you could win a prize. No, a nonprofit organization means that you help people. I can't tell you how many families have been turned away by the so-called FAM organization because they never have the money. Never have the money. They can't help anybody. And yet, we see Mike Tyson flying here, flying there, doing all this traveling, and you're paying for a plane ticket for his fucking dog. Manolo, or whatever his name is, Manolo, what the fuck ever. It's ridiculous. Nobody should be paying for a plane ticket for a dog. You know how stupid that is? And you people don't see it. You don't see it. But as far as all the people saying that, and that may very well be the evidence right there, that he is taking his dog on airplanes, that people are paying for plane tickets for his dog, that may potentially just be the evidence right there that he's a con artist. So, again, submit that information to the IRS, submit it to the FBI, submit it to the police. He lives in Miami, Florida. Send the information to the district attorney, send it to a prosecutor. Do not send it to me, please. I am aware of the situation with Milk, and it seems like a great big fucking scandal to me. I've spoken to him, I think maybe once or twice in my life, but I've never asked him for a thing. Never asked him for anything. And so with all that out of the way, there was someone else that I wanted to, I should start calling people out by name, but see, I don't want to get sued. Either way, it's not slander. It's not defamation. If I call someone out by name, what can they do? I've had people call me out by name in YouTube videos, and they're within their rights to do it, as long as they're not tearing me down, but whatever. And even if they are, I mean, one side of a story is not the whole story. So you're going to have to dig deeper, and you're going to have to investigate a little more. But the irony, too, and this is something else, the irony is that the people in the child of cancer world who are now against me because I'm such a bad guy, they go by rumors, such as the ones that are being made against Milk, but see, they're defending Milk. They won't defend me, because I'm a bad guy. And every day goes by, no visits by the police, no police reports. I'm not under investigation by anybody. You can tell people I'm under investigation, but why don't you come and ask me first? In fact, why don't you check with some of my local and state bureaus? Check with the Saginaw County Sheriff Department, check with the Michigan State Police, check with, check with the higher-ups. Ask them about Jared Fuller. Is there any record of Jared Fuller? I'm sure that information's available. If there is any information, which, by the way, again, there isn't. I haven't had a cop show up here. I don't have any police reports pending against me. This is what I'm talking about. So why is it when there's and that's something that I think about too. There's allegations against me by people in the child of cancer world, and y'all are so quick to believe it. But yet when it comes to a guy like Milk Tyson, when there's allegations against him, you defend him. Why is that? Is it the money? Is it because he's got quote-unquote connections, which I can assure you he doesn't? What is it? Is it because I look weird? Is it because I walk funny or talk funny? What is it? Because that's bullying, and treating someone differently because they're not the same as you, or because they don't fit your particular vision of how a perfect person should be, does not give you a right or any reason to bully, intimidate, or harass. And, I'm not going to stand for it. Maybe I should start calling you fuckers out by name in my Sunday videos. And I should call out one person every week. Maybe I should. Because, these people who are being treated like saints are nowhere near as good as you want to believe. You got this picture painted in your head of a perfect, they sit on a throne wearing a crown. They're not that great. They're not anywhere nearly as good as you think they are. Just because they gave you money, or because they have connections. I have connections, for Christ's sake. I have friends who are actors and actresses and musicians. My God, there's a group out in Clio, or they come out to Clio, out to Billy's, long before the COVID-19 thing was going on. There's a group called Kinfo. They are a country music group. They are really good. I've met them through a local DJ here in Michigan. His name is Dan Richards. He does the Sunday Flashback, which, by the way, is tonight from 7 to midnight on 98fmkcq.com or 98.1 FM on the car radio for the locals who can listen. But anyway, I met Kinfo at Billy's Pine Run Inn out in Clio. Awesome people. They opened up for one of the bigger country singers. I don't remember who right off. But that doesn't mean that I'm famous because I talk to those guys. In fact, Jeremy down the road, our neighbor, is good friends with Rico from Kinfo. He doesn't act like he's better than anybody else. Oh, I have connections. La-di-fucking-da, look at me.
Just like we do.
You know, it doesn't make any bit of difference who your connections are. Last summer, I hung out with some friends down in Louisiana, and their daughters are actresses. And the mother was an actress. I don't know if she's auditioning or if she's going back into the business, because I know her health has been kind of not so good. But I stayed at their house, and I don't tout like I'm some, Mr. Hot Shit, because they're personal friends of mine. And there's people in the world who think because they know certain people, I paid to have him speak in a video. I have a friend who is a breast cancer patient. She had Colin Mockery make a personalized video specifically for her. She had to pay for it, but he did a personalized video, a shout out for my friend who is a breast cancer patient. It doesn't mean that they're tight. So it's just ridiculous. It's a facade. It is a great big shit show. Milk Tyson and Fame. I'm going to tell you, and I saw this somewhere on Facebook or Messenger or wherever. Someone sent me a screenshot. That's what it was. Someone sent me a screenshot. Milk Tyson is a ringleader of a circus called Fam. The children are the performers in the circus, and the parents are selling tickets to the shit show. And I couldn't say that any better if I tried, because it's the truth. So just do your homework, and I don't want to waste the rest of this video talking about how shitty people are. But I will say that people who go on social media posting their good deeds, and I think you know who you are, you claim that your intentions are good and true. Okay, then prove it. Don't post it to social media. Because the minute you post it to social media, you've got some other intentions in mind. Why can't you just do the good deed and get on with your day? Why do you have to take pictures? It's good performance art for Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever you use. It's good performance art. You have to put on a show. Why? Making yourself look good at the expense of somebody else because of your insecurities. That is ridiculous. I've helped lots of people. I don't have to publicly share how I help or who I help. I just help people, and I get on with my day. And someone suggests to me, well, Jared, maybe you should start sharing your good deeds or posting your good deeds, and then people will praise you. But I don't want the praise. I have the validation in my heart, knowing that I help somebody else. The hearts on Facebook or the thumbs up or whatever is pointless and meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. And because there's a quick dopamine hit every time you get a heart or a thumbs up on a post or a comment, it is absolute stupidity. We are stuck in pre-K thinking. It's absurd. People can't do good deeds in the world without posting it and bragging and all their glory and all their sainthood. Give me a fucking break. Oh, well, there's people, this guy, he's going in a race for childhood cancer. You know what? There's quadriplegics and people with prosthetics who do that. And even they aren't looking for praise. So what's the big deal? What's so special about this guy that differs from everybody else in the world? Dad doesn't even have an answer for that. Do you? Huh?
No, I just want to make myself look good and all. People out there like that, like you said, that got a bigger heart than any of them will ever have in the world.
If you have a truly big heart and you want to help people and your intentions are good, then prove it.
I'm all out for it.
Then prove it. Leave it off Facebook.
Yeah.
I challenge you. I dare you. And blocking is not going to make much of a difference because you're only going to illustrate my point further. Oh, well, we'll block him so he can't see the post or he can't see what I'm... You're just proving my point even further. Whatever. But I've got a lot on my mind this week, and
Well, good. Let it rip.
if it gets me in trouble, well, then I guess it's full. There's coffee in there. Did you make a pot?
Yeah.
Okay. It's
Hello
just
out there, people.
it's just my dad and I this week. Amy's hiding out in the bedroom. So by what I understand, many of you watching this, because there's probably not a whole lot of people who watch my Sunday videos, but many of you have been receiving your stimulus checks from Donald Trump. Now, by what I understand, see, because I hear a lot of talk about when you file taxes, you'll get it. But I have been hearing that everybody's going to get a check, 18 and older, and if you're married, you get $2,400. If you're single, you get $1,200. But if you have kids, you get $500 per child. There's a lot of
Up to 3 kids.
or up to 3 kids, you get 5. So that's an additional $1,500. I haven't received mine yet. If I'm going to be getting one, yeah, we haven't gotten ours. I don't know if we're going to get ours. But it's just ridiculous that there's people who have to wait, and I understand there's a lot of people to get to, and there's people who they can't get through to the unemployment because the system crashes. There's people calling numerous times, hundreds of times a day, trying to get a hold of someone at the unemployment office, and they can't. And then on top of that, they're not receiving their stimulus package from President Trump, and it's a mess right now. But there's a lot of people to get to, and they have a lot of data to collect to get that money out. Some people have been receiving paper checks in the mail. Some people have been getting direct deposit, which is an electronic transfer to your financial institution into your account. It all depends. We haven't gotten ours yet. I don't even know if we're going to get one. I don't know why I would think that, but I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think we're gonna, but if we do, cool. Extra $1,200 in my pocket, I can take it. I can use it. But it's everything's all topsy-turvy right now, or topsy-turvy right now, and it's everything's up in the air. It's all pie in the sky for people who are waiting for their dough. No pun intended. But yeah, so I was out walking yesterday, from morning until evening, just going back and forth down my road. I don't go long range distances, walking, but what I want to do when it gets warm, I want to walk the section.
Yeah.
I want to go from our road down to here, up to the next mile.
You don't want to go walking too far because you're afraid that person's going to beat you up.
Oh, yeah, I'm being watched.
I want to find out, or say one thing. Whoever it was that followed me the other night, watch your back. I know what you drive. You followed me and made a U-turn in front of my friend's house, and I was sitting on the road. Yeah, watch your back.
See,
I'm watching for you.
I'm not a violent person, but if someone's going to fuck with me, I have no choice. I have no choice. You know, I got to defend myself. I just wish people would grow up and stop acting like children. It is embarrassing that in 2020 we have grown-ass people who they can't mature. They have not matured. They act as if they've been inconvenienced because, oh, he's talking to my wife. Yes, I'm talking to your wife. I talk to a lot of people who are married. What's your point? I can guarantee that not every husband I speak to in public puts his hands on their wives.
I'm sure and I'm sure the grandma wouldn't like it either. Because I'm personal friends with grandma and grandpa.
We've known that family for years, actually.
With that family when we were kids. Myself.
I'm not going to put names out there because I don't want to put this person's life in danger or put them at greater risk for something. So her name will remain under wraps, secretive, and don't try to beat it out of me because you're not going to beat it out of me. You're not going to get anything out of me.
But if you think you can, if you got a set of balls big enough, come see me.
I have a gang of people that I'm going to come out to your house. I'm going to whip your fucking ass. Well, guess what? That so-called gang of guys that you know or think you're going to come out to the house, they are already friends with my brother. They know who he is. I am over stupid people. I've had my fucking absolute fill on stupid people. This past week has been nothing but dealing with ignorance and people who they need to get their heads and their asses wired together because they make themselves look ridiculous.
Get their heads out of their asses.
I'm just fed up with stupid people. And I'm more so. I'm fed up with people who brag about everything they do. Every little fart of a good deed, everybody has to get a whiff. Why? Just help somebody and leave it alone. Feel what you feel inside for helping somebody. I mean,
poop in the potty today. Is that good?
I mean, some time ago. This was back in I think July of last year, or somewhere around there. This guy that I've spoken to, I think maybe once or twice directly, just to compliment him on a good job that he's doing with his nonprofit organization. Now he called me an idiot in an email. Ouch. And he accused me of calling him a pedophile, which I never did. And so...
the stuff that he reads from other people.
And that's what it is too. Oh, I've heard a lot of things about you. I don't give a fuck what you heard about me. I don't give a fuck what you heard about me, Jack. Do you have evidence? Do you have proof of anything that you're being told? Can you present something to me in an email? Can you show me a screenshot of anything I've ever said or done in the past? I don't give a fuck what you heard. I'm not interested in what you heard. I'm only interested in what you can present, what you can show. Oh, what's that? You can't show anything? Then shut the fuck up. Because there never was anything to begin with. That's the point. Dad?
Yeah.
I think I heard a car door shut out there.
Okay.
Might be the wind. Is it windy out?
Yeah, it is.
Well, I thought I heard a car door shut.
Oh, look. Nope.
Okay.
Here you go.
And that really goes for anybody who wants to come at me and say, well, I've heard a lot of disgusting things about you. Shut the fuck up. I don't care what you heard. I only care about what you can show.
I did, sir.
You done? I only care about what you can show. If you're going to come at me and say, Jared, I heard this about you and heard that about you, I really don't give a fuck what you heard. You have my email address. I'm not a hard person to find. If you have evidence of anything I've ever said, I'm not talking about screenshots of what somebody else said. Claims are not evidence. Claims are claims. Claims and evidence are two different things. And I'm going to gripe on this. I'm going to go for the legs every time. Show me evidence of anything. If you're making a claim, you better back up your claim with the evidence. And if you can't provide anything, or if you think you can get away with shirking off evidence, then go fuck yourself. And keep showing to everybody, keep demonstrating how much of a liar and a dishonest person you are. Because I really don't care anymore. At this point, I'm out of fucks to give. And if all you have to do is come at me and say that you heard something, I don't care. I'm not interested. I don't call anybody a pedophile unless I absolutely know for certain that they are. And even if they are, I have no business of saying anything, because pedophiles don't always enact on their actions. They don't always act on their instinct because they have moral filters. So I'm not going to shun pedophiles. It's only those pedophiles who actually act or they engage in their thoughts and actually make a fantasy become reality. In which case, they ought to be put in jail or prison forever. It's what you do that actually matters. It's like you could have this wonderful fantasy of robbing a bank and getting away with it. You could fantasize about stabbing somebody in the neck. You can think about anything you want. What you think or what I think is neither my business or your business, but until such time as you do something, then it presents a problem, and then I'm going to have something to say about it. However, there's no such thing as thought crime. There's no such thing as thought police, and you can't put that into legislation where your thoughts imprison you. I'm not making excuses. I'm not saying it's right, because I just know that someone out there is going to say, "Oh, Jared Fuller is defending child molesters." No, I would never defend a child molester or a child rapist. I will defend the children before I defend them. Before I defend a piece of shit pig who engages in stuff like that. But anyway, yeah. So I don't care what you heard. And, to the person who sent me that email, he's a CEO of a nonprofit organization. Look, let's have a man-to-man talk. I know you told me, hey, I don't want you talking about me or my organization in your Sunday videos anymore. Okay, maybe we can be gentlemen and have a conversation sometime. Maybe we can talk in email. Maybe we can have that conversation. Maybe we can come to a truce. Maybe we can settle the score here and just be men. Now, did I attack this because we mentioned two feathers before, right? Remember that? Okay. If it's stupid, it's stupid. It's okay, you have a nonprofit organization, which is wonderful. Which is great. You helping people, that's awesome. I encourage people to help people. See, the confusion is that people think I'm shunning good deeds. They think I'm trying to make helping other people look bad. That's not it. I want you to help other people, dude. I'm not telling you that it's wrong to help other people. I would never discourage someone from helping anybody unless, of course, it's proven that they are scum of the earth. Then I would say, stay the fuck away. Keep your distance. But help people. If you're a good person, help people. But until such time as you plaster it all over Facebook or elsewhere, it kind of becomes, it's like you have some ulterior motives going on here. Like you've got an axe to grind, and I don't know why you can't just help people without actually needing the pat on the back. I'm not saying you're a bad person, because I'm sure you're a great person, but It's when you I don't know, you play God with everybody. You think you're the shit and that your shit doesn't stink, and I don't know. You could be a lot more mature for your age and you know, just help people without the need to get the pat on the back for everything you do. I have nothing against people helping anybody, and I encourage people. You know what? When I help people, I always tell them, don't pay me back. Don't pay me back directly. You know how you can pay me back elsewhere? By helping somebody else. Make the dominoes continue to fall. If I help you, if you feel so inclined to pay me back, help somebody else. That's how you pay me back.
Or Jared, for instance, if you broke down, they're broke down and you stop and you help them, they'll say, well, here's some money for helping. No, return the favor. If you ever see me broke down,
yep,
please stop by and ask if I need a hand or need some help.
Yep.
That would be appreciated.
I would only hope that those people I help can help me if I need it someday.
Yeah.
Because we all need help. Everybody needs help with something. Everybody has problems. Everybody has problems. You can go on Facebook and purport to such a copacetic life all you want. No, everybody has issues. Everybody has problems in life. And, you know, I over the years I've spoken with, and I'm still friends with many bereaved parents whose children have died as a result of cancer. Or maybe perhaps the treatment, because it can be hard to distinguish. But I'm still friends with them. I still engage in civil conversation with them. I still talk to them and keep the communication open. I don't want enemies. I never wanted enemies. But childhood cancer is not a show. It's why I don't support CareFest. It's why I could give a shit less about getting on TV or radio or a podcast or getting any column inches in newspapers and magazines. I could care less about any of that. I'm not trying to be famous from a disease. I just want people to know and understand that when I help them, I'm helping them from a deep personal place that I am fully aware of. Childhood cancer. You can't change that. That's interchangeable. It's irrevocable. You cannot change. It wouldn't be interchangeable. It would be irrevocable. You cannot undo what's already been done. I don't want enemies. I never did. But people are so apt to believe what they are told. And that shit just irritates me beyond belief. You can't. Well, a bunch of people said it. This is still, Dad. This is still where we are in 2020. A bunch of people said it, so it must be true. That is like the absolute pinnacle of idiocy when it comes to a logical fallacy. A bunch of people said it, so it must be true. Wow. If my mind was engineered in the same way, I would be in a lot of fucking trouble. And I mean a whole bunch of trouble. I would be in so much trouble. I would be believing everything I was told. But I've gotten smarter and wiser when it comes to gossip, when it comes to what's legit, when it comes to anything, even remotely regarding childhood cancer, or anything that even remotely involves a rumor. I want to see proof. That's all I'm saying. Show me some proof. I don't give a fuck what you heard. Show me proof. But anyway, I've been here for 50 minutes. Or at least around the neighborhood of 50 minutes. Is there anything you wanted to add? I'm going to wrap this up. I have really nothing else to say.
I just tell everybody to be safe out there and have a good day.
And have a good week. And if you get your stimulus checks, congratulations. I hope you put it to good use. I hope that you remain debt-free. Many of you are many of you watching this most likely are from the childhood cancer world, and you are faced with an insurmountable level of debt that I can't even describe.
Thank you for all the workers out there.
And we'll get to that in a minute, but there's a lot of you who are faced with debt. There are bills you cannot pay. And I hear you. I love you, and I'm thinking of you. I know it doesn't solve the problem of paying the bills, but I see you and I hear you, and I'm sorry that you are stuck in this awful position. And on top of the COVID-19 situation going on, it only adds insult to injury, because now you have not only this going on with your babies, with your kids, childhood cancer, but now you have COVID-19. And because I'm not going to get into statistics of COVID-19 and all that jazz, I really don't want to talk about it because we hear about it every day. Childhood cancer is not the same as COVID-19. They're not on the same footing, nowhere even remotely in the same ballpark. And so there's that divide between childhood cancer, COVID-19, but there's the overlapping issue. Okay, childhood cancer, COVID-19 on top of that. I can't take all this. This is, so am I treating my child for cancer or COVID-19 now? And that's where it becomes an issue, because you have medicine that can, counter-react with chemo.
And I wish they would just quit saying that a person passes, they're going to add COVID-19 right to it.
Yeah,
that really makes me mad.
So, and that's why I really didn't want to get into, because they're talking about the number of deaths in this country alone, and they just write COVID-19 on the death certificate. What if that's not COVID-19? These people who have passed, they are someone's relative. They want closure. They want to know what killed them. What did they die? What was the result of their death? Just don't lazily and sloppily write COVID-19 if that's not what it was. Research, investigate.
But that's another story.
Do what you have to do to find out the truth. Don't just write COVID-19 if they died from a heart attack or a car accident or childhood cancer or cancer in general. Do not just write it off as COVID-19. These people want to know what killed them? What was the cause of death? So that's why I'm saying the numbers, I don't know how accurate they are, because they're being written off as COVID-19. And we have heard this in any number of places, and it's ridiculous. But getting back to Dad's point, yeah, I do think all the frontline workers, whether they be in the medical field, truckers, pharmacists, I said medical field, so that would cover pharmacists, I guess. All of our frontline workers, we thank you again for your service and dedication to your job. We love you, and we appreciate all you do. And we understand that you are you're risking your own life and fear that you're going to bring something back home to your family, especially your children. And I understand that scare. But we thank you for risking your life to help other people. We thank you for risking your life to help other people. And that's about it for this week. I've been here for probably a little over 50 minutes. So you've already had your final word. Amy, she's in the bedroom, so she's not going to have any final words. Probably just
She'll say bye and peace out.
She would say bye and peace out if she was out here, but I think she's going green. But anyway, I'm out. Thank you for joining me for another installment of Sunday Video Update. I'm probably going to catch all kinds of hell and backlash for this video this week. Whatever. Email me. If there's anything you want to talk about, my email address is in the About tab section of my YouTube channel. Hit me up in an email. Let's have a talk. Let's check it out. Let's.
Or if you just need someone to talk to.
Yeah, or if you just need somebody to talk to. I'm always available. I'm not a hard person to find. If you want to text me, email me, message me on Messenger, whatever.
Or if you need a good ear to listen to, we're for you.
You know, just reach out. I understand how lonely it gets being sequestered to your house. I've been feeling the funk myself for the past 3 or 4 days. I went for a walk yesterday, and Dad followed me, and he says, "What's going on, son?" And I explained. We had a little talk, and or at least I thought was a productive conversation. I need to know that I'm you know, I need for people to acknowledge me once in a while too. I'm not asking for praise. I'm not asking for a pat on the shoulder. I would just like for someone to randomly text me or message me out of the blue and say, "Hey, how you doing out there? You're always checking on everybody else. How you doing?" You know, I don't think it's too much to ask, but only time will tell. Anyway, I'm out. Much love to all of you. Thank you for watching another installment of the Sunday Video Update. I will be back next Sunday. This is the final Sunday of April. I will be back on Sunday, May 3rd. Until then, much love. Peace out. Be safe. Stay healthy. And wash your fucking hands. Later.